EastEnders youngster Courtney Mitchell hasn't been seen on the BBC soap for almost 6 years, but as her family's business hits the rocks, she could be drafted in to man the hold as Phil Mitchell makes his exit. Courtney, played by Alice Hollinoaks, is the daughter of Phil's, Steve McFadden, brother, Grant Mitchell, Ross Kemp, and during her last stint on EastEnders, it was clear she was a Mitchell through and through. It was recently revealed on the BBC soap the current head of the family's empire was looking at a life sentence in jail for the part he played in the death of Vincent Hubbard, Richard Blackwood. However, with it looking more likely his own son Ben Mitchell, Max Bowden, isn't in the right place to take the crown, Phil's last resort could be to call on his niece for help. Ben was recently involved in a horrific hate crime attack which has left him a shell of his former self as he has had to confront the demons of his past. Callum Highway, Tony Clay, knew how much pressure Phil was putting on his son to take charge of the empire in his absence and told the gangster his son wasn't in the headspace to do it. After taking some time to think about it, the bad boy of Walford agreed, but with neither his youngest son Raymond Dawkins, Michael Jose Pomers Carlixte, nor his daughter Louise Mitchell, Tilly Keeper, able to take on the responsibilities, he has been left with a huge dilemma. As his relationship with Grant isn't the best and his sister Sam Mitchell, Daniela Westbrook, has her own life aboard, he is unable to call on them for help. But someone who could be willing to drop everything to get some status in the family is Courtney, who has always been in some sort of competition with Ben to become the next heir of the infamous empire. Ever since she returned to the square in 2016 after moving to Portugal with her father, Courtney has had a grudge against Phil. The youngster was led to believe by her father her uncle was the one who killed Peggy Mitchell, Barbara Windsor, not realizing the legendary character had taken her own life. Before she left again in the same year, the matter was cleared up, but not before she found herself in danger at the hands of Phil's criminal ways. Grant is the one who had to save his daughter, and it wasn't too long before they were getting back on a plane and moving back to Portugal. With so much animosity with her uncle, it would be hard to think she would return to take over the business he has built for himself. However, this would be the ultimate act of revenge, as she would be head of the clan, a place she has always wanted to be. Working from within, she could destroy Phil's status in the criminal world and build a reputation for herself as a formidable force to be reckoned with. She would accomplish something even her cousin Ben wouldn't be able to achieve as she becomes the new femme fatale of the square. Ben could inform his father on prison visits he made the worst decision by asking Courtney to take over the dynasty. Though the gangster could throw it back in his son's face, he couldn't call on him to take over the business because he was in such a bad headspace. Knowing what needs to be done, Ben will go up against his cousin to regain his rightful position as head of the family. But with a legion of supporters behind her who believe she means business, it will be hard for Ben to knock her down. With his father rotting away in jail, the young heir to the Mitchell empire could play the long game to take over the empire. It is not known if the actress who last played Courtney, Alice, would be keen to return to the show in her former role. The soap star did speak about her excitement of learning she was going to play Courtney after the character made her comeback. Alice explained, "I was at home with my mum having a cup of coffee. Suddenly I heard from my agent and I just froze. We'd been waiting for a call for a while, so we were over the moon. We couldn't stop smiling." I think Courtney is a very similar character to myself. She's quite feisty and definitely has the Mitchell side in her. She's not a mean girl, she's not malicious. She's very kind-hearted and very much like her mum, Tiffany. I think she's vulnerable but in an endearing way. However, Courtney is confident and likes a party, the actress added, or could the perils of the last 6 years have changed her personality completely as she embraces the dark side? The actress continued of her character's loyalty to the infamous clan, stating, "She learns how much she needs her family and how important family is, especially for the Mitchells." Drama follows Courtney wherever she goes. We'll have to see about the future. I had such a fun time filming there. The last time Courtney returned to the show, it was a surprise to viewers as it was not announced she was going to be coming back. So could the same thing happen this time around, as it's revealed Phil has been contacting her in secret as his final resort?